guys, so today we're going to do 3 different movies. One is Cloverfield, the next is 10 Cloverfield Lane, and the other is the Addams Family. Now, I will let my daughter start.
Okay, so Cloverfield. Very scary movie. Do not have your children watch this. They will have nightmares. For sure. So, Cloverfield, if you haven't seen it, don't listen. Unless you want to. Because spoiler alert. Cloverfield follows these people who are having a party and recording for this guy who is going off on a trip. However, there's essentially an alien attack, which causes kind of what they thought was an earthquake. So they all come running out, still recording, and it's in the perspective of someone who's like recording on like an old school camera. And so this whole thing, it follows them running away from this scary creature, which is killing people and also having like mini creatures falling off of it. And every turn they're running into it and someone gets bumped off, and it's very, very scary, and you feel like you're also going through it because of the perspective. So it's a very good movie if you like those kinds of scary movies, but if not, I would steer clear. I'll let my mom talk about it next.
As my daughter said, Cloverfield is a alien attacking Earth movie. It is not for the faint of heart. It is not for young children. It is not for those who get scared very easily. I am a big chicken, but I managed to watch it. It was a little bit spooky, a little spookier than some other movies I've seen in the past. But if you've ever seen Paranormal Activity, where they do the filming and they actually make you feel like you're actually the one taking the picture or taking the video, this is kind of the perspective of Cloverfield. You're actually in the frame of mind as the person who's taking the video. It is very spooky. It's very action-packed. So if you like that kind of a movie, I don't recall seeing any like gore or anything like that. So if you like thriller movies, spooky movies, and you don't like the gore, this will be right up your alley. And it is. It's pretty much non-stop, you're on the edge of your seat kind of thing. The storyline is a little, but I mean, if you can get past that, it's a pretty good action-packed kind of movie. The next is 10 Cloverfield Lane, and I will let my daughter start off.
So 10 Cloverfield Lane, as you may have thought, or know, is the second movie to Cloverfield. However, it's not following the same characters, and it's not exactly the same. 10 Cloverfield Lane follows these 3 people who are in this kind of fallout shelter. However, the main character does not know what has happened because she was in a car accident before, like, kind of right as this, the alien came and started attacking and all. So she doesn't know what was going on because she was in kind of a coma-like state. But she was taken in by the guy who actually hit her car, and he brought her to his fallout shelter, and there was one other person there as well. In this movie, basically, she doesn't really know what's going on, so she's trying to figure out what's going on, and when she finally figures out what's going on, or is told, she doesn't believe it. And so she's trying to escape. And it's it's more suspenseful than scary, I guess you could say. Because in 10 Cloverfield Lane, we only see the aliens in the last 5 minutes of the film. So it's not as scary as the first one. If I were to have to pick my favorite, Cloverfield is my favorite above 10 Cloverfield Lane, but it's still a very good movie.
10 Cloverfield Lane is a good suspenseful movie. It again is not for the faint of heart. It's not for small children. So if you have small children and you're thinking, oh, this might be a good... No, do not. There are some scenes, there's some language also. There are some scenes in the movie that might traumatize a small child. And the movie, it is... Cloverfield is the only thing that is connected. That and the very ending of the movie is the only thing connected to Cloverfield. As far as the rest of the movie, it's basically a suspenseful movie. This guy who is like a doomsday preparer. He has a bunker and he has this place, and so the only reason he brought the girl with him was because he crashed into her because he was freaking out because he knew what was happening. It is a suspenseful movie. You never know really what to expect next. I will say if you have a young teenager, maybe 12, 13, would probably be okay. But, again, if you don't like them to be around a lot of language, then probably you might want to watch. It doesn't have, raunchy language, but it does have a few curse words here and there. Same for Cloverfield. There was, maybe a few curse words here and there. All in all, like I said before, Cloverfield is a really spooky movie. 10 Cloverfield Lane is a spooky movie as well. More suspenseful, and about the last 5-10 minutes of the movie, that's when the aliens actually finally show up. I think they missed the memo, and they didn't come in. They didn't get their paycheck, and so they didn't show. They didn't show up until the last 10 minutes, and so it was very, as far as that went, it was kind of disappointing until the end, and then you're like, oh well, there they are. So I would say it's kind of it's a passable. You can watch it. It's something that I mean, you won't. I don't think an hour and a half is necessarily wasted watching the movie, but I think that they could have done a lot better, in my opinion. It has one of my favorite actors, John Goodman, who plays kind of the doomsday preparer guy, and the other two actresses, I recognize, but I don't know their names. But like I said, if you like suspense, you don't like a lot of gore, this might be up your alley. And the next movie is The Addams Family. I'll let my daughter start off.
The Addams Family, the newer one, which is animated, was a very cute family movie. I really enjoyed it. It had, of course, all the same characters as all the other Addams Family movies, with a few extras as well. The Addams Family movie follows the Addams Family moving into this new neighborhood, their normal house that we've seen them in the past, but it follows them moving into this new neighborhood, which is all these perfect people in their perfect homes, and it's really funny because, of course, they're not what we would consider normal, but of course they consider themselves to be normal. And it's just hilarious how they did it and how um, some of the things that went on in the movie. It was a very enjoyable movie for the family. Little kids could watch. It's not anything like inappropriate or things that would go over. There might be a few jokes that might go over their heads, but even then, I don't think so. It's definitely a family movie that I think you guys would enjoy if you like the Addams Family.
The Addams Family movie is, I think, was made either in 2020 or 2019. It's fairly new. It's like my daughter said, the animated one, and it's very cute. Uh, However, one I think only critique that I have is that they sketched Morticia and Gomez, and the way that they sketched them. If anybody has watched Rocky and Bullwinkle, they'll know my reference. Boris and Natasha. They looked so much like those two characters that it was ridiculous. It was like, geez, did you watch the old Rocky and Bullwinkle show and see that? Other than that, I thought it was very, very cute. They have, they move into this new neighborhood, and it's like the Addams Family from when I grew up watching, and then take it 2.0, I guess, because then they took the new community that they moved in, and they had like social media and all this stuff, and this one person was trying to make their life a living, what, and it was actually really cute the way they did it, and very interesting, and it's actually kind of a little bit of a lesson that you learn, like don't judge a book by its cover. Somebody might actually look quote unquote normal, but they might be like nut jobs, something like that. I mean, it was actually, to me, it was a very cute movie. Like I said, the minor depiction of Gomez and Morticia looking like Boris and Natasha, it was like that was the only thing I had a problem with. The characters, Uncle Fester, Wednesday, Lurch, and all of them. It was just, the whole thing was just really cute, and the way that they did it was very clever and funny, and you enjoyed the time watching it. It didn't feel like it was a waste of time, or like, okay, maybe we'll turn this off because it's not getting any better. You actually enjoyed yourself, and yes, I would recommend this very much for any family, especially if you have small children. But even as an adult watching this, I can see people who don't have children to watch this, and they would still enjoy themselves. So hands down, I would definitely recommend it for anyone, young and old. And with that, I would say that if you liked what we had to say today, please hit a like, subscribe, and give us a comment and tell us what movies you liked, and if you watched these movies, tell us what you thought. Anyways, till next time, guys. Bye.